Welcome, everyone. This is the MasterClass. My name is Patricknazareth. I have around 30 years of experience in teaching, and I would like to help dispel your doubts, should you have any. Today, we look at the chapter, There Will Come Soft Rains, written by Ray Bradbury. Ray Bradbury was born in the year 1920 at Illinois in America. He died in 2012. He is famous as one of America's most celebrated science fiction and fantasy writers. What does he write on? Technology, censorship, and human nature. Some of his most famous works are Fahrenheit 451, The Martian Chronicles, and Something Wicked This Way Comes. He was particularly concerned with the negative effects of technology and the importance of human creativity and imagination. This particular chapter, There Will Come Soft Rains, was published in 1950 at the height of the Cold War, when there was a very big risk of nuclear warfare. His work has been made into television series, has been played on the radio, and has been made into films as well. He is still studied in schools worldwide, not just for his literary merit, but for his ability to look into the future and warn about the dangers of technology and society. Do you look forward to a day when technology will take over your lives and make it easier? We are introduced to a house. The first thing that we hear is the house giving everyone a wake-up call. It is 7 o'clock, time to get up. 7:09 is breakfast time. The breakfast is prepared automatically in the kitchen. You have toast, you have bacon, you have eggs, you have milk, you have coffee. Everything for a family of what we can see are 2 adults and 2 children. Announcements are made by the house. Today's date, for example, August the 4th, 2026. You have reminders that it is somebody's birthday today, somebody else's anniversary. Bills need to be paid. 8:01 is time for school, and the children are advised to rush off for school. They are told it is raining. Pick up your umbrellas, put on your raincoats, and go. Outside, the garage door opens. The car waits for someone to sit in it and drive the children to school. No sound, nothing human is moving at all. By 8:30, the food has gone spoiled and it is disposed of automatically, flushed down into the garbage. At 9:15, the house decides it's time for cleaning. It's a fully advanced house, remember, it does everything. Little mechanical mice emerge from different holes, and they set about cleaning with a vengeance. They pick up every scrap of dust, every particle that they can find, and leave the house sparkling clean. At 10:15 in the morning, and now we see at 10 o'clock, we are taken outside the house, and we realize that the house is the only thing left standing in a city that has been destroyed totally. We can understand that nuclear holocaust has happened, and there is no one left alive. At 10:15, the sprinklers automatically start up, and as they begin to water the garden and throw the water on the house, we can see that of the 4 sides of the house, one part, the western side, which was facing the explosion, has been completely charred black. Not exactly, because we can see the outline of a man. What is he doing? He's mowing his lawn. There's a lady who's bending down to pick up flowers. There are 2 children who are throwing the ball, one in the act of throwing, the other in the act of receiving. It is obvious that the blast was so immense that it vaporized everyone immediately, but it left their imprints on the wall. The house is used to looking after itself. If somebody comes, it asks that person for a password. No password, no entry. Wild animals cannot get in. Cats cannot get in. Shutters come down automatically. Doors do not open. It is 12 p.m. and a dog comes to the door. The house recognizes the dog and lets the dog in. It once was big, it once was healthy, but now it is covered with sores. It is sick. The mice run frantically behind the dog because it has come from outside. It is muddy, it is dirty, and it has tracked mud and dirt all over the floor, and the mice spend their time cleaning it up. What happened to the dirt, the leaves, the fragments that are picked up by these mice who clean the house? They drop it down into a tube, straight into an incinerator, where everything is burnt to dust. The dog runs up the stairs from one room to another, barking, looking for its owners, but they are not there. The kitchen is beginning to cook pancakes. The dog can smell it, he wants food, but he cannot communicate to the kitchen. The hunger, the pain that he is going through, probably the radiation that he has been exposed to makes him go mad. He runs around in circles, bites his tail, collapses. He is dead. The dog begins to decay. The mice come out between 2 and 2:15 and the dog is automatically incinerated. It is now 2:35. What happens? Tables are set out. Cold drinks are put up. Alcohol is served. Cards are laid out. There is food to eat. Perhaps this is the time for the parents to play with other people who come over. But there is no one. So at 4 o'clock, everything is cleared away once more and the tables are put back into their places. It's 4:30. What happens in the nursery? The floor changes. It becomes a soft grassy meadow. The walls, they begin to show pictures of animals, stories that children might like, anything to entertain the children. It's 5 o'clock now. In the bathroom, hot water begins to run. The baths are being filled for everyone to have a bath. But again, there is quiet all around. Now the time goes by faster. It is 6, it is 7, it is 8, it is 9. Dinner is made, removed. An after dinner cigar is set out, perhaps for the man whose habit it was to smoke one after his meal. And everything simply lies waiting, but there is no one to use it. The beds are heated up, but no one gets into it. It is 9:05. The house expects that its human beings are in bed. So it asks them, would you like me to read to you? Choose something. There is no one there to answer them. So the house begins of its own accord. It chooses a poem by Sarah Teasdale, There Will Come Soft Rains. It starts to recite it. But again, there is no one to hear. At 10 p.m., a branch of a tree falls against the house. Perhaps it's been weakened by the blast. It crashes through the window, unfortunately hits a bottle of solvent that was in the kitchen, spilling it all over the lit stove. Everything bursts into flames. The walls, the curtains, the paintings, everything catches fire, one by one. The mice grow frantic. They're trying their level best to put it out. Sprinkler systems are activated, but they are unable to deal with the blaze. As the fire spreads to the first floor, there must have been heat sensors in the attic. Automatic emergency faucets come out. And this time, instead of water, they spray chemicals. The blaze inside the house is being contained. It is being knocked back. However, it has started to burn the outside of the house as well. So while it is being contained inside the house, it reaches the top via the sides. There is a huge explosion. The machinery that is controlling the chemicals putting out the fire explodes. The house has fought but lost. The whole house collapses upon itself. Smoke rises, debris rises. Out of the 4 walls, 1 wall remains. That wall is hit by the first rays of dawn. You can hear the voice. Today is August the 5th, 2026. It keeps on repeating itself. Who are the characters in the story? The protagonist of the story? Somebody living, yet not living. A mechanical being, the house. It's paranoid about security. It likes to keep its people safe. It is programmed for domestic duties. It prepares meals. It gives entertainment to everyone. The McClellan family, they're absent, but we hear about what they like and what they dislike through the short glimpses given to us about them in the story itself. The dog, it's living in a dead world, the last remnant of life. It comes home to a familiar place to die. The story is set over 2 days, the 4th and the 5th in 2026. What place is it? A town called Allendale in California. A home, a house in the suburbs of a beautiful city destroyed in a nuclear war. What are the literary devices used here? The first, personification. The house is given human-like qualities. We are told it quivers, it shakes. In other words, it is frightened of everything. It tries to save itself. There is irony. The technology that was designed to serve humanity, it continues functioning, even though the people who created it have been destroyed. Symbolism is present. The house, it represents human civilization and technological advancement. There are shadows on the wall that symbolize the permanence of death and the fragility of life. The fire itself, it shows us nature's power and its ability to reclaim everything that humans have built. There is imagery, vivid sensory details that bring the entire house to life and make the destruction meaningful, palpable to us. Repetition, the constant time announcements, the final repetition of the date again and again, over and over. How the house keeps on functioning without any emotion. There is juxtaposition. There's a beautiful domestic routine at play here. The house is being cleaned. Things are being prepared for the owners of the house. And outside, there is no one left to see the beauty of it all. Everything has been destroyed. The themes. nuclear war, and destruction. This story serves to warn us that if there was a nuclear war, what would be the consequences? Would any of us survive? Technology on the one hand versus nature. The relationship between the technology that we as human beings have created and the natural forces in our world every day. A second theme is the futility of technology. We have, or rather they have, advanced automation. They have everything they need to live a good life, but there are no human beings left. So the technology becomes of no value whatsoever. There is the indifference of nature. Just like in the poem, nature continues its cycles. Night will become day. Seasons will follow one after another. It doesn't matter to nature whether humankind lives or humankind is wiped out. Isolation and loneliness. The house is living in splendid isolation. It is a solitary building left standing. The world around it is dead, and this pushes the themes of both abandonment and desolation. There is the persistence of routine. Sometimes routine is a comfort. Sometimes routine serves no purpose whatsoever. Just like this house has been programmed. It is performing all its functions mechanically, one after another, because it simply doesn't understand the people whom it is designed to help no longer exist. That's the chapter there for you then. I do hope I have been able to help. If I have, please remember to like, subscribe and share. There might be others who would be requiring our help. Thank you so much for watching.